Hey everybody, CW here, Card Wolf, because I'm always on the hunt for great cards. Today, something really cool is going to happen on this channel. It's Anything Can Happen Day, and you never know what I'm going to do on Thursdays. Today, we are opening this very, very rare retail box of 2005 Topps All-Time Fan Favorites baseball cards. These are kind of I guess you kind of call them an archives-like product. Uses a lot of the old designs, like a lot of them, not just 3 or 4 of them the way Modern Archives does, but like all kinds of old Topps designs. A lot of Hall of Famers in here and fan favorites players who, fans just really liked for their favorite team, things like that. And you can also get some different stuff out of here. They have printing plates you can get out of here. Autos and relics are also possible out of here, and there are some parallels that you can get too, and those are numbered. This is an incredibly rare box. I looked online. I've been thinking about opening this for a couple of months, and I've been following online to see if any of these are out there. I could not find a single one of these blaster boxes online. A hobby box of this, just so you have some perspective, I think I only saw one online. A hobby box is about $300. So that gives you some idea. This blaster box, I would imagine, is 100, 125 if one came up. Again, I didn't see a single one online. So this is maybe the only time that you will ever see one of these open based upon what I wasn't able to find. It's kind of crazy. I mean, this product it's only 20 years old. That's not that old, but just seems like, I don't know, it's just not out there. It's very interesting. Beautiful cards. I bought a lot of this when it came out, and I do have quite a lot of these cards, but love getting into this. Really beautiful cards, and again, you can find autographs and relics out of this. So we're going to get into this. We're going to open the whole box. I am not messing around with this. You get 7 packs plus an extra pack, according to the blaster language down there. So we have 8 packs of this, 6 cards per pack. That is not 86 cards, unfortunately. It is it's a little less than that. But nonetheless, we're going to have a good time with this. Once again, this is a very rare blaster box of cards. You're not going to see people getting into these because apparently they just aren't out there. Let's see if I can get into this. This is kind of giving me a hard time. And they've got a gigantic block of styrofoam. They used to do this in blaster boxes. You don't see this anymore. You just see that, really fragrant Topps air in those boxes now. But back then they used to do this, and then look at all that space. I mean, that's ridiculous. They should have put a lot more packs in here. You get a checklist, which is very nice. It's a small set. I think there's only about 150 cards in here. Wait, let's see. It's 100 and... I can't tell there. Those are the inserts. There we go. 142 cards. And once again, it should be all retired players from the era other than Barry Bonds. He was the only active player that had cards in this set because, Barry Bonds was a big deal back in 2005. So here we go, and you can see if these were to have been sold back in the day individually, they would have been $2.99, which is not cheap back in 2005 for packs of cards. So we get to open all of these. It's going to be awesome. I have been debating whether or not to do this, and I just decided let's do it today. Kind of a reward for you guys putting up with all the hijinks on this channel over the last couple of weeks. I was on vacation, and then I've been running some of the episodes from while I was on vacation this week because they didn't upload the right way. So this is a real episode that I'm recording today on Thursday of this week. Dave Winfield starts things off here on the 1979 Topps design, and you can see what I'm talking about. I mean, all of the pictures, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure all of the pictures used for this set had not been used on baseball cards before. I believe that was like a big part of the marketing for this set. So you're going to see some stuff in here that I think is going to really be quite pleasing to you. The backs match the fronts. Wow, that's really dark for the back of that, but that is what 79 backs look like, just a little lighter. So beautiful Dave Winfield card. Bob Welch there. Longtime pitcher in the MLB and did very well with the Dodgers. Beautiful Whitey Ford card. Check that out. And I like that Topps put this sort of little gold sort of foil thing on the front so that nobody would ever mistake these for vintage cards from the eras that they depict. Zane Smith on a 1987 Topps template there. I don't know that Zane Smith was any fan's favorite, but apparently Topps thought he was. Yogi Berra, I don't know why that one was upside down. That is pretty cool. Yogi Berra did have a manager card in the 1973 Topps set, but it was a sideways card of him and his coaching staff. There is just Yogi kneeling with the bat in the Mets uniform. That is an awesome card. How beautiful is that? That is really, really cool. Love that. And Ron Darling, who was a bit of a fan favorite for a while, he was quite the prospect when he came up, that's for sure. A lot of people thought Ron Darling was going to be this amazing pitcher. And he had a pretty long major league career, but never turned into sort of the big Hall of Famer-like pitcher that people thought he would. All right, we've got a sideways card here, Johnny Padres. Very nice to see that one. And see what we have here. Flipping these over. These are all kind of upside down and weird. Sid Bream there for the Braves. I think Sid Bream is being popular with the Dodgers, but I guess he was popular with the Braves. That's a pretty nice card of Sid Bream. A lot of these, I know a lot of you are TTMers, and a lot of these would look great with signatures on them. No question about that. We got Mike Cuellar there. Great Oriole pitcher from the late 60s and early 70s. Went to the postseason with them many times, Mike Cuellar. We got a 77 design of John Candelaria, and I would say that actually looks better than his real 1977 card. I like that photo a lot more. We got a 1981 design here of John Elway. Whoa, that is wild. He was indeed, as it says here on the hat down there, drafted by the Yankees. He was drafted by a baseball team and a football team, decided to go with football, and of course the rest is history, but he was quite a talented college athlete in both sports. Pretty neat to see that. Hank Bauer, that is pretty cool. That is back before he became a manager. Pretty neat to see that card on the, I think that's the 54 design, if I'm not mistaken. Go to our second pack here. Again, we should have 7 packs total out of here, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, this is our third pack. So we got 8 packs total out of here, and I am loving this. You guys know I love the throwback designs when Topps does stuff like that. This is right up my alley. I've been just wanting to open this. Finally decided let's do it as a special treat today. Jesse Orosco there with the Mets. He was a fan favorite. A lot of people really liked Jesse Orosco back in the day. Harold Baines, very good player, but a guy who people would just really like to have in the dugout. Really friendly guy, always lifted up teammates, great for morale, Harold Baines. And a Hall of Famer, of course. Jesus Alou on the 1967 design there for the Giants. Of course, one of 3 brothers who played in the majors. That is really cool. 1973 rookie design, Mike Schmidt. Of course, Mike Schmidt was on a sideways rookie card in the 1973 set, kind of one of the iconic rookie cards of the 1970s, that Schmidt. And he was shared that card with 2 other players. Here he's not sharing it with anybody. That is really cool. Very, very neat card to see. We got Glenn Hubbard there. I don't remember Glenn Hubbard being a particular fan favorite, but I guess so. He's on the 1983 design. And then we got on the 1971 design, Ed Cranpool, who was a really popular player. That is true. He was a popular player. Not a huge superstar or anything, but a player that a lot of fans did indeed like. So I think that is legit. Once again, we are looking for maybe some parallels, maybe, I don't know, an auto card, perhaps a relic card. That would be pretty sweet, but I'm just enjoying these awesome cards on just an incredible array of Topps designs used in this set. Schwan Dunston there for the Cubs on the 1990 design. Great looking card there. We got Rick Monday on the 1978 design. I have a feeling I'll be sending that one off to Julie Searle. She's a huge Rick Monday fan, and I bet she doesn't have that one. There's another 1967 card, but this one is kind of a card that never was. Nolan Ryan rookie card for 1967. Of course, he is on a rookie card for 67, but it is a 2-person rookie card that he shares. And here he is by himself on a 67 designed rookie card. Love that they did that for this set. I think that's really cool. Lonnie Smith on the 1981 design, and Mitch Williams. Wow. I don't think of Mitch Williams as being a fan favorite, but maybe he was. Very interesting to see that. And Roger Craig, not the 49ers running back, but the pitcher for the Dodgers. And Roger Craig also became a manager after his playing days were over. Pretty neat to see that. Roger Craig in the league in one capacity or another for quite a long time. Hope you guys are enjoying this rip and enjoying seeing these really cool cards that Topps produced, and just a lot of people do not even know about. Beautiful Canseco card there on the 87 design with the Gold Cup trophy. Great photo of him that we've never seen on a card before. Kevin McReynolds there for the Mets, and Rob Dibble, one of the nasty boys, as I recall. We got Ron Gant there for the Braves, and that's really cool. Wow, that is really neat. Monty Irvin card there. And that is on the Topps game card that they did. That was an insert. That is really cool. I don't remember them doing that for this set, but there it is. And Ron Blomberg, who was, I think I'm correct about this, I think Ron Blomberg was the first player in Major League history to take an at-bat as a designated hitter. I believe Ron Blomberg was the first one. So I don't know if he was a fan favorite, but he certainly has a place in baseball history. The DH used in both leagues these days. Beautiful Tim Raines card on the 1983 design. Love that. If you follow the channel, you know I'm a big Tim Raines collector, so that is a really sweet card. Love seeing that. Orlando Cepeda on the 1962 design. Shout out to three good nerds. Justin is making a 1962 set, as I recall. Here's a 1980 design with Mike Norris. I like that one. That's a really nice picture of Mike Norris. He was an ace for a while for the A's, kind of a forgotten pitcher, but a really good one from back in that area. Jeffrey Leonard for the Giants. He was a fan favorite. A lot of people like Jeff Leonard. Bob Feller, no doubt about that. Definitely a fan favorite. Bob Feller would always make time for fans and sign just about anything you put in front of him. Super nice guy to the fans, Bob Feller, and of course a Hall of Fame pitcher. There's Tony La Russa, really successful manager for the A's and the Cardinals. And we get to our penultimate pack, our second to last pack. We still have not hit any sort of parallel autograph or relic card of any kind. So maybe one of these last two packs will get something like that. There we go. That is not a relic, but it is a player I like quite a bit. Jose Oquendo. He is definitely a fan favorite for me. That is awesome. Jose Oquendo, of course, played every single position, all 9 of them in baseball, legitimately went out and played them. So I just think that's awesome. One of the only guys to ever do that, Jose Oquendo. Gary Gaetti for the Twins, I guess that's two 1987 designs in a row there. We got a 1968 design of Reggie Jackson. That is wild. Jackson, of course, his rookie card is 1969. So there was no 1968 Reggie Jackson. That is really cool. That is really neat to see that. I like that a lot. And we got Tom Seaver on the 1977 card. I got to say, the original 77 card is a better looking card. That's a nice portrait of Tom Seaver, but the original 77 Seaver is one of my favorite Tom Seaver cards. It's him in action on the mound for the Mets. Really cool card. Adley Hammaker there for the Giants, and we finish off that pack with Darryl Boston. Big prospect when he came into the league in the 80s. Darryl Boston was a guy a lot of people thought was going to be a big star in the league. Neat to see him on that 1987 design card. We get to our last pack of this pretty rare rip. If you have ever seen these open before, I would love to hear about it in the comments, and let me know what you think of this product. And if there's somebody in here, I do this, just about every time I open cards, but if there's a card in here that you are just super into, super psyched about, hit one of your favorite players, you've never seen that card before, you guys know I will almost always mail it to you. And just drop me an email, let me know if there was something like that in today's rip, or just let me know in the comments and we'll work it out. Tito Fuentes on the 1973 design for the Giants, starting off this last pack out of this very rare rip today. Pretty cool. Tito Fuentes lasted in the league for a little while and was a guy I think of as being kind of a fun player to watch. Definitely played with a lot of enthusiasm. Sid Fernandez there, in action shot for the Mets. A lot of 1987 design in here. I feel like of all the designs that they used, they probably used 1987 more than any. Very interesting to see that. Jim Abbott there for the Yankees, and Jerome Walton looking perplexed for the Cubs. Interesting. We got Joaquin Andújar there with Cardinals. Great pitcher. Played for the Astros first and was really good with them. Then went to the Cardinals and was good with them too. Joaquin Andújar, definitely a player I like. So that's pretty cool to see. And our last card out of this is Bob Dernier. Bob Dernier looks kind of like he's dazed or something. I don't know. Maybe he's been out in the sun too long. Bob Dernier, good player for the Phillies for quite a few years. Very cool. Really cool. Definitely several cards out of here that I'm going to be very happy to add to my PC. You guys know I collect Reggie Jackson, so that's certainly one, and Oquendo, no question about that. And I think there'll be some other ones like that. Monty Irvin, a lot, really cool to see that. A lot of just really neat cards. Pull that one out for Joel. She'll enjoy that. And some of these Cubs, maybe, we'll see if those go to Average Joe. Let me know what you think of this product in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. It helps the channel a lot. I'll be back tomorrow with Dorking with Dice. We do it here just about every Friday, and I enjoy it every time. Stanley Cup Finals still going on, so we will indeed have a mixed box tomorrow on Dorking with Dice. Vintage hockey, vintage baseball, and we'll get into that. It's going to be a good time, no question about it. Really fun to get into this box today. And again, something I doubt that you will see ripped anywhere else. It's just a really, really tough product to find, and something I kind of just have been thinking about getting into for a while. So very, very fun. Enjoyed that a lot. Hope you guys enjoyed it too. I'll see you back here tomorrow, and as always, happy collecting.